mention and make reference to certain names in the live stream video, and somehow the people just pop up. They just pop up. Now, be advised that there's no activity from them prior to a mentioning, and then suddenly they're just there right after you mention their name. So this phenomenon has happened to me a lot. It's happened to me with the Most Targeted Citizen. It's basically all these targeted channels. Like I've been telling you guys this for a long time.
This is funny.
Over a year now that I've been telling you since I got the information to confirm what I already knew. I already knew it.
Can you share the
but
information?
It took confirmation from somebody from the federal government who gave me a document that revealed it to me that I was correct about my assumptions.
Can we see the
which
document?
Is that any of the channels with channel name Target?
Can we see this document?
They're fake.
I'd like to see that document.
They're not necessarily people that haven't been gang stalked or harassed
So what do you
or
mean?
experienced a form of a gang stalking or targeting of some sort.
What the fuck do you mean?
They may have at one point in time.
Okay.
They may have even had a channel
okay.
Proclaiming that or even showing evidence of that.
Or even showing
but
evidence.
Somewhere along the lines, they're in some type of a rehabilitation program or something to that effect, because it gets to a certain point where they're just full-on fucking bots, man. They're just full-on
really?
bots. Like, they do all the things that I just mentioned earlier, at the beginning of this live stream. And then they'll sit there and they'll turn around and they'll still just continue to lie to your face.
What do I ever lie
and
about?
And they'll continue to try to convince the people online that there's nothing deceptive about any of their activities or anything online or any of the things that they're talking about or claiming.
Well, what is deceptive, Abe?
That's what gets me so agitated and frustrated about all this.
That you can't do your job.
Most of these people are recovering from addictions.
Are they?
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Most of them are working off, probationary periods, some type of sentencing. So typically they get involved with their channel.
Whole bunch of claims and no evidence.
They actually are under some form of an investigation.
Oh, okay.
And then they're actually going through a litigation process with police. So they're getting brought up on charges.
I see. Okay.
And this is in a lot of the instances, the targeted journeys, the targeted patents.
Dude just talks out his ass, man.
They have history of like drug use.
This is funny as hell. This is funny. It's literally entertaining.
Issues with the law, like basically all these things, right? And my honest opinion is it's fraternal order of police.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
That sets these people up.
He's just like
that uses these people to do these things. Like I mentioned before on my channel, that I believe
doesn't make any sense at all.
The vast majority of this is through the Masonic Lodge system.
Okay.
There's a lot of different groups and networks that are connected to it. Unions all the way down.
Okay.
It is a very, very large, intricate network.
Is it?
For people to act like
is it really?
It's not that big, or act like the narratives that were spun at the beginning of like when most people
the narratives
you engage with targeting stuff
you
like that.
tried to spin, you mean?
They were somehow not accurate in any way, or just half truths.
What the narratives?
They're half truths, but there's actually more to it than just what people claim when they say, "Oh, well, the Masons are involved," right? There's so many different factions of it. That's the problem.
He's just giving himself avenues.
Like I said,
to
based
lie.
on the intel document that I received,
can you share it?
They make up the secret society.
Can we see this document?
Groups, and those groups work in conjunction with federal agencies like the FBI, like the CIA, and they're part of this. They're like a shadow fucking government. Man.
Can we see this document?
They're like a shadow fucking government.
I'd like to see this
and
document.
How these people get into those groups, like I said, I don't know.
This is funny.
Is it temporary? Their involvement with them?
Shadow
they
government.
don't even have to be
in my mom's basement.
Actually in the group or anything. They can just be being used.
See, he
in
doesn't
lieu
make
of some sentencing or again some reformation. I don't know.
Like I said, I don't
know. I don't have all the fucking issues that pertains to it. I can just tell you what I experienced.
You just contradicted yourself so many times.
All consistently exhibit the same exact types of behaviors. Okay?
What, they go on YouTube
We're
and they
go into
chat
some of that, and then I'm going to bring
comment.
up that video at the end, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
He doesn't shut up for 2 seconds.
I might be able to find the video if I can remember which one it is, too.
He privated it this morning.
Where there was another instance of this just recently with an individual that I hadn't even seen comment, anything. I haven't seen or heard from them on the platform in a year. And then I just mention their name in a video, and all of a sudden say, I don't know what happened to them. They disappeared. And then literally an hour later, they come back and comment on that video.
Maybe they heard you say that.
And here's the thing. So this is where I get into.
I'll leave a comment.
What I was going to mention at the beginning here is the problem is you can't really confirm. Is it these people, right? So let's say, let me give you an example, right?
Here's an example.
Let's say I bring up somebody like
Targeted Patton.
Targeted Patton.
Oh, what do you know?
Okay.
What do you know?
And then next thing I know, I'm in the StreamYard, or I'm in the YouTube Live. If I'm in the YouTube Live, I can verify their identity. I can verify that they're linked to an actual account and like who they are. Okay. But if I'm not, like if I'm in StreamYard, I can't really check that because I can't click on their name and actually go to a profile associated with that name.
So then they must be fake, huh? Right.
So it makes it difficult to check and reference. Now, if you have somebody that is a moderator on your channel, then you can use the moderator to go on the side, open up a new browser, and then try to verify or find that account.
If it's always the real person, right, in your live, then why would it be a fake person any other time?
But even to do that and actually be able to ensure that you find them, you have to have their whole act. So some people can have their channel name, and then they can have an act that is completely different.
Mine's just...
If you don't have the act,
mine's just Targeted Patton.
Depending upon how long the channel name's been out there, or how many channel names are similar, you're not going to find their actual account.
Mine's just Targeted Patton. No numbers, just Targeted Patton.
Okay. For instance, if you just put in Brandon Q with an at, you're not going to find Brandon Q. You have to put in Brandon Q with an at, and then 2214 or something like that. And then his channel will actually pop up, and you'll be able to see and find it.
Is that how it works? Oh, okay.
Understand?
Now I get it. Okay.
So we don't know if these are just fake accounts. People coming on pretending to be those individuals and then commenting in the comment section.
Right. Just like them, right?
Because you're not actually hearing them. You don't know. So the only thing you can go off of is the fact that they appear
this is paranoia.
In the comment sections.
This is paranoia.
To communicate exactly like those individuals do.
Just like them. What do you know?
Confirms that it's them. You understand?
Yeah. Hey, do you ever think maybe it's just them?
So I'll go off a list of the names. I already mentioned a few. I mentioned
Targeted Patton
has done this. I mentioned Targeted Patton.
Yeah,
just now started doing this now.
What did I start doing? Commenting? Chatting? You're fucking weird, dude.
Who else has done this before in the past? Samuel Guardado, Lord Samuel just recently did this. Who else has done this?
You really are losing it, aren't you?
Cal Marsh has done this. And we're going to go over some of the other strange things they do too. Because you got to understand, when you've done as many live streams as I've done,
and deleted as many as
on these platforms like the YouTube Live or the StreamYard over the last 2 years, I'm pretty confident I've done more than anybody. I took those few months off there where I didn't have the channel and I was gone, but I did for a whole year straight, basically 9 months span. I did sometimes 2 to 3 live streams a day.
Where are they all at?
Walking on foot.
Where are they all at?
Okay, so I did a lot in just a 9-month period.
Why you delete them all?
That's how I had hundreds of videos on my Absent Minded Abe channel.
Why'd you delete them all?
So, but yeah, there's been a lot of these people that have done this. And the crazy thing is...
Done what?
Some of these channels, like for instance, I'll use Cal Marsh as an example. If you reference the Cal Marsh and his connections potentially to like Masonry or anything, that's when he shows up. If you just reference Cal Marsh, he doesn't show up.
Where's he at now?
But if you reference, this is before I just told him to get fucking lost because I got freaked out by it.
You told him to get lost
so many times. I was sick and fucking tired of it.
So he's not going to show up now, right?
So if you just mention Kyle Marsh, he ain't really going to pop up.
Dude, this is...
So if you mention Kyle Marsh and
so retarded.
With Freemasonry and reference to the both of them together, then he will pop up. He would pop up.
Oh, will he? Yeah.
This was going on in the summer 2022.
I've heard you mention Kyle Moore so many times, and I've never seen him show up.
Not just the synchronizations
never
on actually showing up in your live streams right after you mention them in the video. You're just a normal person walking around. You just randomly mention a particular individual, and then poof, there they are. I mentioned the dude JD, that one of the guys that's been commenting on my channel on and off for like 2-3 years. Mentioned him, haven't seen him in any comments for ages. And right before I go to get off the stream of that video, which I'm going to show you,
JD Delay,
he pops up in comments.
Really?
Like, think about that. Think about everything that has to line up for this to happen.
Not much. Not much has to line up.
They can't be working, or they have to be working doing something where they can be readily available at any second.
No.
To hop on a live stream.
You're on the live so often that it's not hard to catch you.
How's that fucking possible?
You're just on YouTube too much, dude.
We're going to get into some of my theories.
You're on YouTube way too much.
People and how they communicate and how they do this.
It's like the equivalent of
probably not going to like it.
Person that's institutionalized in jail, only you're on YouTube.
And there's no way that I can prove this.
Because it's not.
But happening. It's the most logical
way not at all. It. It's the least logical way.
It's the most logical way to explain this.
For a crazy person, yes.
Okay. So
this is like insanity.
Let's go ahead and bring this video up.
Good, because
I'll show you. Good. I'll just fast forward to just the end of the video.
Because you privated it this morning. I didn't get to see it this morning. I wanted to see this anyway.
I've been watching all kinds of stuff, man.
There's only 24 hours in a day.
So this is one way I can still comment, right? I could come into my own live stream and comment. Let's bring this video up. And I'll show you. Yeah. So then I can comment in the chat.
Oh, cool. So now I'll get to see my brother's chats that just mysteriously deleted as soon as I came in.
Hey, y'all. Okay.
That's funny.
So that's me, right?
You guys aren't very smart.
That's me.
Not very.
Commented on my own live stream. Okay.
Yay!
That's one way that I could still do it without having to have that little window on the side.
Yay!
Okay, I realized that. But that's not what we're focused on right now. I want to go to that video that I was talking about.
Yay!
Let's get in here. Manage videos.
What? Just private.
Keep watching, guys. This is going to blow your mind.
Look at all the private. See them all?
Okay, let's go to these lives.
Private.
Morning walk to get the water.
See, it's private.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's bring this up.
What about you, huh? What about you, John Hoffer?
Okay. So this is when I mentioned Hoffer the first time. I'm not even really referencing to him.
25
We're
minutes
going to go back just a little bit. We're going to go to right about here.
I bet you
not
mentioned...
even really referencing him.
I bet you mentioned me
before. A bunch of different individuals.
I bet you mentioned me before that.
How these people were acting and behaving.
I bet you mentioned me 10 times before that.
My main frustration that I'm dealing with, and I'm continuing with right now in this community, which is literally making me
10 times
just want to delete the whole fucking channel, leave this shit.
Well, then do it.
Just fucking, like, I just...
Never stopped you before.
It continuously gets to this point over and over and over again.
What, that you don't like what
people say? But then I get the itch. I want to come back. I got so many things to say. I got so much information to share. Because I feel like, and I don't just feel like this,
you got to get money,
I just
right?
know.
You got to get that money.
Based on the information I hear and read and listen to, I don't hear anybody talk about the things that I do.
How are you gambling so much?
The things that I know. So I get to that point where I get so agitated, and the person inside of me that's invested so much time and energy into this,
the ego,
is forced to come back.
No, the ego.
And tell people the real things that I know again.
The ego.
So that they're not getting swayed off. They're not doing all this crazy stuff. We're not getting these people just getting these crazy stupid views,
like
talking.
What?
Doing all this bullshit. They're not talking about the same old dumbass shit that they shouldn't be talking about.
Like what?
And they're focusing on the meat and potatoes.
Like what?
Okay?
You're just saying word salad here.
That's what's going on, right? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to start this video right here. We got 24 and a half minutes.
So I bet
there's a lot of bitching from me in here.
I bet you said my name 10 times before that.
I'm going to say things. I'm going to make threats. Okay? I'm going to say, you all can fucking die.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I feel that way sometimes in the moment
That's normal though, Abe.
because
That's completely
of
normal.
the
No,
trauma that I've experienced just from the TI community
trauma.
as a whole.
From me what?
And these group collectives that engage in their group think and their group talk,
Oh my
and
God.
how they just refuse to incorporate people into that.
Group.
They refuse to include other people into that.
Nobody's
and
in
they're
my group,
literally
buddy.
engaging in the same shit that literally got us all fucking gang stalked.
Like-
and they're
like-
being fucking gang stalked.
Like the Facebook page
It's
you were
one thing to
on?
go and bash people in comments on their channel and make fun of them and joke and fucking rag around and make funny little videos and shit like that.
That's okay.
That's for entertainment purposes.
Oh,
What
okay.
these people are doing with the way they're secluding other people
Like who? How?
and engaging in this group think and these collective little networks that they
How?
engage
What
with.
are you talking about?
It's just another form of gang stalking and
Like,
targeting.
what are you talking about?
It is just another form of abuse on the real people trying to be real.
Oh my God.
Trying to be real.
My head hurts.
Trying to say, well, maybe I have some mental illness issues. Maybe I have some issues.
Yeah,
that-
maybe. You
some
think?
things that I could improve or could get better. But what about these things? that
What
have happened?
things?
What about these attacks that I've been subjected to? What about the
Attacks?
attacks that I continue to be subjected
What
to?
attacks?
When are the answers going to come
What answers?
involving that? And why are you guys no longer talking about that? Why has nobody except me and DB and Broken Matrix TV continuously talking about the directed energy assaults? Continuously talking about the
What?
specifics
Why are you
of
guys-
exactly what it does to our bodies.
Why do you
None
keep
of us-
talking about it?
Giving a shit about what the other people say to mirror or mimic them, but we're just literally saying, based on our experience, this is exactly what it does to us
Maybe it's a script.
consistently every fucking day. And none of you target channels even so much as utter or mention the two words,
Yeah,
directed energy.
because
You are
it sounds crazy.
basically prohibited from acknowledging that it's real,
Well, I can't acknowledge it's
admitting that
real.
people get subjected to it.
I don't know if it's real.
That in and of itself is an actual physical assault on me.
That's your problem. That's not
You
mine.
understand? When you refuse to even acknowledge and you say that I'm lying when I talk about it,
I didn't say you're
you
lying.
claim that I'm lying if I even talk about what you know is real.
No, I said you're lying
That
when you
is an
say I'm
assault
in a
on me.
group.
That is why I say things like, I hope you fucking die. I want to see you die. I want to see you all burn in fucking hell for eternity. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to this.
When you say that you're getting hit with the directed energy weapons because you put
Yeah.
the truth
So, I mean,
out.
just keep on downloading people's videos.
I will.
Keep on being little fucking Decepticons, being little shitbirds, being little fucking nasty Newsomes.
Well, I
Keep
gotta
being nasty Newsomes.
Keep you from lying,
and
dude.
thinking that you're somehow good people or you're doing something fucking positive or good.
Keeping-
You're not doing anything but just wasting fucking time.
Keeping you from lying.
Wasting time, sitting back,
What are you
trying
doing?
to fuck with somebody else's life,
No. No. Not at all.
never admitting or owning up to any of your fucking problems.
Like what? Like
And
what?
so before I get back to it, I'm going to mention some of the things I mentioned earlier on in this video that I'm not going to go back and replay. Things that people don't do in this targeted community with these targeted names and in these little clique collectives that they
You
all
know what he's
hang
talking
out
about,
and,
right? You know he's talking about me.
join up in, okay? First of all,
You can
they
tell.
never talk about their mental illness diagnoses. If you're diagnosed with a mental illness
Who?
and you take a medication for it or something to that effect, don't you think that's beneficial to the community if
No.
you share that
No.
information?
Why? Why?
Do you think it somehow discredits your claims?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I can tell you right now that if I went and got a schizophrenia diagnosis tomorrow,
Then you then
regardless of the diagnosis,
You're
it
discredited.
would not change any of the things that have happened to me. It wouldn't change anything.
Yeah,
it
it
would just
would.
be an appeasement.
nobody would believe you.
It doesn't discredit any of the things that I've said.
Oh, yeah, it
I would
does.
still come right back and say, well, guess what, guys? I had no choice. I had to go get this diagnosis of schizophrenia.
And nobody will believe
and
you.
They're going to make me take this medication. But be advised, all of that shit that I talked about is 100% real
What?
and was real and is real and is still going to continue to happen to people and whatever. But these people won't even do that. They don't do that. They don't talk about anything other than bullshit. They all stroke each other's cocks off. They all suck each other's
corrupt
tits
cops,
off.
corrupt cops, and
then turn around, come to my comment section on my videos. Either don't ever comment, don't ever respond to any comments that I leave on their videos, or they just bash me and criticize me and talk shit.
no, it's constructive criticism.
And if you want my honest opinion, I'm going to say something else that's going to hurt.
Don't really care.
That's because the truth hurts.
It does, doesn't it?
Okay?
That's why you're yelling and screaming and want to kill me, right?
You guys are weak.
Oh, okay.
And you caved.
Oh, that hurts.
And you're quitters.
Oh.
And
stop. That hurts.
And you're
please.
You're cowards.
Oh, stop.
And I'm not.
Please stop. That hurts so bad.
And I've never been.
That hurts so bad.
So if you followed my channel and you've heard me say things like, I've never had a mental illness diagnosis. I've rarely, if ever, talked to a doctor about it.
You're lying.
And it could be that the joke's on me for doing that. It could be that that's the whole intention of this PSYOP online community. And then it's to actually prevent people from getting help with things that they could have had help with.
Dude, you just look into this shit too much.
But it could also be, if that's not the case, and this whole thing was just a PSYOP to fuck with me, the narcissist, and see how long I could maintain my stance.
You PSYOP yourself.
But guess what? If that is the case,
what?
Then I'm the greatest fucking narcissist of all time.
You're the greatest narcissist of all
time. Because I maintained my stance for 3.5 years.
What? Of a narcissist?
And proven myself stronger and superior than all of you.
If that's what you want to call it.
There's been no run-ins with the law. There's been no forced meds. There's been nothing.
Oh my God. No,
voluntary. There's been no kickouts by family.
Oh my.
There's been no...
Whose house you living in?
Excommunications from family.
Where's your daughter at?
There's been none of that.
It's just like...
Basically meaning I've shit all over...
Projecting.
This entire community.
Shit on yourself.
And all of the cowards within it.
You need help.
That is a tough pill to swallow.
You need help.
But with that being said, why have I done it?
I don't know.
Well, I'm a victim of a crime. A serious crime.
Victim mentality.
And there is no justification for it. I don't care what you guys in your perp networks
victim mentality
believe or have been convinced of, that there's justification in any way, shape, or form. I assure you there is no justification.
Nobody's doing anything to you.
To get people clean off of addictions, it's not justified. It's not. Period.
What are you talking about?
It never will be. I don't care if it worked for you or worked for your cousin, worked for your grandma. I don't give a shit about any of you. It shouldn't be happening.
Well, okay, I agree with that.
Now you can placate to the side where you just believe, well, if you can't beat them, join them. Sure, okay. Well, fucking man and woman up and just admit that that's what you've done. If you're in the fucking community, admit it. Oh, well, you can't. You're not allowed to admit. Okay. What? Then admit your fucking diagnosis. If you don't have a diagnosis, then fucking openly admit to what you've done in your life that's changed.
What are you talking about?
Somehow you get to be in these cool little networks and groups and cliques.
Dude, what are you talking about?
But people like me don't. We're not allowed to do that.
What are you talking about? You're an asshole.
And you can say, well, Abe, because you're an asshole.
Ha, look at that.
An ego problem.
Boom. See?
I don't think that's it.
You know you are. Yes, you know you are.
I think that's what you want to believe it is.
That's why you just said it.
Or you want me to believe it is.
No.
So that you can feel better about the truth.
No, your ego won't let you fucking accept the truth. You just said it yourself. You know it's true.
If there's a such thing as FBI informants, you all fit.
But
you fit the fucking bill.
We do, but you don't, right? You don't, right?
To a T with
dude, it's funny.
These tactics that you engage in.
It's so
let's get back to the video.
It's so funny. Are all FBI agents this retarded?
Pointing the finger, first chance you get. John Hoffer points the finger at me. First chance he gets wants to fucking say, oh, you lacked your fucking ego problem. You're fucking this or that.
Well, that's just the truth,
Okay, well, what about you, motherfucker?
What about me?
What about you, huh?
What about me?
What about you, John Hoffer?
What about me?
Huh?
What about me?
Yeah, you won't talk about that, will you?
What about me?
You won't talk about that.
What are we talking
This guy
about?
will talk about how he's a drug addict,
I'm not a drug addict.
how he openly accepted a drug, knowing and understanding the full implications
What?
involved
What are you
with
talking about?
taking that substance.
What are you talking
and what
about?
it could literally do to his body.
What are you
It
talking
rotted out
about?
all of his fucking teeth to where he had to get fucking dentures
See,
to
dude, you're
replace
just
the
making.
teeth
See, you're
that he
making
lost
shit.
because of the addiction.
You're making
You
shit
think he'll
up
still
now.
talk about that?
You're making
I
shit
know
up.
it's embarrassing, but is it
Listen.
important to continue to mention and bring up?
Dude, you're lying. Where'd you get that information at? Where did you get that information
Have I
at?
done anything where I've lost all my teeth?
Where'd you get that
No, I'm still
information
missing
at?
the same tooth that I got knocked out playing basketball in a pickup basketball game
Are you listening to
in
my?
2015 when I took a knee to the face
Are you listening to my brother again?
and didn't have the insurance of the dental coverage
You know all he does is lie, right?
to pay to get the tooth reinserted back into my mouth.
He's sitting
So
there
I just let
laughing
it
at
go.
you. He's laughing at you, dude. He lied to you, and you believe it. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot, Dave. I guarantee that's probably what it
So-
was. My brother probably told you some
Anyways,
stupid lie,
finish
and
playing
you believe it.
What's up, man?
I hate,
My
and these are strong
my
words,
brother has dentures,
but
but
there's nothing that I've engaged in, whether it be online, anything. There's
Okay.
nothing that I have engaged in
Oh, you're a good
at
two
all
shoe
in my life that is comparable whatsoever to the damage that drug addicts that
See-
are addicted to meth, addicted to heroin,
Abe,
these
why
hardcore drugs,
are you trying to make a competition
cocaine.
out of something?
the damage that they do to their family,
This is your
friends,
ego.
other people, the crime that they commit, the mentalities that they take on.
Who are you talking about?
There is nothing that I could have ever done in my life that can even come remotely fucking close to that.
To what?
This is why I've
To
been
who?
adamant about the fact that, one, I hate criminals.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Two,
Well, then you hate
Um,
yourself.
there's no comparison in terms of somebody sexually addicted to pornography on the internet and somebody who's a drug addict who abuses people, steals from people to feed their addiction,
What?
gives zero fucks about anything that
You're
they do, throws
comparing-
their whole entire fucking life,
Are you trying to?
health away,
justify
everything
yourself?
to feed the fucking addiction.
Are you trying to justify yourself for looking at porn?
That's
Seriously.
not comparable, dude.
Seriously.
We can
dude?
have an argument on that. We can have a serious argument.
Why? What's the point?
Because if I would say that I had any issues in my entire life, I've been open about the fact that that would be the only one
That's your
that I
problem.
battled online pornography issues,
You're an idiot. Why the,
sexual addiction.
why the fuck would
issues.
you? Why would you admit that, you retard?
Whereas I was engaging in a lot of consensual sex with different women, maybe acting reckless,
Oh my god.
maybe being a
dude.
little narcissistic about it, lacking empathy about the situation,
Dude.
which
Do you
from a mental health perspective
do you watch
can
your?
get just based on that alone can get an individual deemed as being narcissistic, sociopathic, and psychopathic.
Dude, you are.
Jordan Peterson's exact words in one of his lectures he does online.
Does he look at porn too?
So, but comparative to the damage that abusive drug addicts,
Yeah.
who then almost by default, almost always turn into career criminals,
Okay. But
does,
but who
it's
are
not
you?
even close.
who are you
It's not
referring
even
to,
close.
though?
It's not a fucking argument.
That's what
You're
I don't.
worse.
I don't understand who you're referring
You're
to.
worse.
Who are you?
100%.
Who are you referring to?
So, continuing on.
Oh shit.
It ain't me, babe. It ain't me.
Go home,
babe.
puppy.
No, 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 it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking
Where's your home?
for. Go to your home.
Come here. Go home. Gonna get fucking killed. Ah,
There was a little
shit.
puppy that was fucking loose in the neighborhood I've
This
never
fucking
seen.
dog does here.
Okay. This is really interesting.
That's who I was talking to.
Very
Oh, yeah, that's right. 868 Bads. Yeah, I knew that dude was a perp.
Okay,
He
why?
lives there with that
referenced the guy
fucking
across the
light-skinned
street.
black
Right on
girl
that corner
that drive
across the
that
street.
car.
They're gang
They're
stalking
perps.
Are they?
They got
Anyways,
the perp plate, the vanity plate.
Okay.
When I was working, they would synchronize me leaving for work every day.
Okay.
Coming back late at night.
Okay.
They'd be in the
Dog,
car
man.
sitting there.
That's nice.
Him and his dark skin.
Are you a racist
Just
too?
saying.
Dude, you're a racist too.
oh well, fuck it.
Narcissist, racist.
But I don't even acknowledge them.
What
Judge-
about you? You just got here. Yeah, of course. As soon as I mention your name, suddenly you're magically there.
I
John,
bet-
There was.
I bet you mentioned
So
my
it took
name
that long.
10 times
Okay.
before that.
I mentioned his name at 24 and a half minutes into the video. It's now 27 minutes of the video.
Okay.
2.5 minutes surpassed,
Yeah.
and John Hoffer magically appeared.
But you
in
didn't
my
say
comment section.
you didn't say my name at all before that though.
And listen to what his response is when I question him.
Patton. Suddenly you're magically there. That's the same thing that you guys always fucking do, man. So, same fucking shit. Different fucking perp. You're a lousy fucking perp, dude, and you know it.
What are you talking about, dude?
Fuck all you fucking low quality, subhuman life shitbirds.
You got demons, dude.
You all can suck absent-minded Abe's fat little dick
No, I'm good. I'm
and then
good.
go stroke each other off and talk about how fucking amazing each other are when you're not doing a fucking thing to help anybody.
I'm trying to help you.
Nothing. You're just a bunch of self-righteous fucking pricks, dude.
Why do you get so mad, dude? Nobody did
Oh, your
anything to
ears
you.
were ringing. Yeah, oh, of course. Yeah, of course. I've heard that one before. Itano Tomomi comes in. Just so happens to fucking be there too.
Who the fuck is that?
You're trying to help me. Well, guess what? I don't want your help. I don't give a shit about your ego talk. I don't give a shit about your nonsense bullshit. I don't like you people. I don't want anything to do with you people, and I want to fucking destroy you.
Well, then why do
I
you
want
come
to destroy
on?
your networks online. I want to destroy your TI fucking community. I want to destroy your gang stalking narrative. And I want all of you motherfuckers that have come online and lied and tricked people and deceived people and tried to fucking play little games
How?
on people and gaslight people and do
How?
all this. I want you all to burn in fucking hell for eternity. That's what I
Wow,
want from you,
dude.
John Patton.
Wow.
And all of your little buddies and your little friends. You guys can have your little fucking cake and eat it too.
Abe,
And enjoy your ride, man.
what are you
Enjoy
talking
your
about?
fucking ride. Because your day's gonna fucking come.
Okay.
Your day's gonna come.
We
You
all-
wanna talk about karma, buddy?
Everybody's day will come.
Yeah. We can talk about karma, man.
Okay, let's talk about it.
We can talk about karma.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's give them something
So
to
then I
talk
actually
about.
try to end the video, and I physically can't. I
Why?
have to just shut my phone because I can't. The screen just froze up.
Really?
So that's the video there, and then you don't see. I actually am able to come back to the comment section
I'll show you
and
mine.
look at it and see if I can see it here.
The live video. I'll show you on my recording.
Let's see.
I'll show you whenever you privated it.
Hold on a second. Let's get back to this.
You trying to watch the live?
No, there's a way that I can
chat
see
playback.
the actual comments.
The chat.
I can't remember how to do it right now.
You trying to watch the chat replay?
That's not what I want.
You'll get it one of these days. See, I bet you won't play the whole video because you probably mentioned my name the entire fucking video. How much you want to bet? How much you want to
Yeah.
bet? That's why you won't play it. I bet you mentioned my name through the whole fucking video.
Anyways, what you won't see is the comments
I'll show you.
that come back up and basically show that one of the other guys that I referenced, the one I was talking about earlier, JD, the channel,
No, he
that
doesn't.
he literally, I referenced to him like somewhere, I don't know, maybe around the 16, 17 minute mark, 18 minute mark. And I haven't heard from this dude in about a year that I can remember. Well, probably since my Absent Minded Ape channel.
He didn't show up on my end.
Since I deleted my Absent Minded Ape channel. I've maybe seen him once on this new channel.
So you're just saying that.
And then he just pops up. And what's their excuse? Oh, we're ringing in my ear. There was ringing in my ear.
Yeah, and you ever hear
so
about
let's
that?
get into that
When
hypothesis.
When somebody's talking about you.
And now again, to these perps that are involved in this.
It's a fucking joke, dude.
That are connected to these networks, these targets. Okay? This shit's just going to sound like it's going to be Laugh Factory, dude. It's going to be Laugh Factory locale. If they know the truth, and I'm completely far off base. And that's what makes this,
funny.
There's a certain aspect of humility that you gain from this whole situation, because you know that everything that you talk about, if you're wrong, the people that are just sitting there watching everything that you do are just going to turn around and just fucking laugh at how fucking wrong you were.
Yeah, they are.
But on occasion, you're not always wrong. Sometimes you're right. And if I'm right in this instance, then I'm right.
About what?
So here's the thing, right? Is
you won't show
we know
you won't show my comments, will
that
you?
Technology, V2K is real.
Dude,
we know it.
You know it's real?
I mentioned the types of V2K that I get. I referenced to them in previous videos.
I know schizophrenia.
They're actually still on this channel.
Schizophrenia is real.
This actual channel, I still have the video up. I think where I'm sitting in the chair in the living room. So we know that that's a thing. We know that people can get projected voices into their head, talking to them and communicating with them.
Called schizophrenia.
Directly through that fashion. Okay?
I don't know that.
My hypothesis has been for a while that that's what's happening with these people. It's the only logical explanation that I can come up with. They connect to the hive mind network. You're already on the brain computer interfacing network. You're already in the
obviously, right? Yeah.
I'm assuming once upon a time those people were targets, because a lot of them exhibit symptoms of targeting or gang stalking.
Once upon a time,
right? So the only way they can respond in this fashion, your Karl Marshes, these people, you gotta understand, these people do it at 3:00 in the morning. They somehow are just on your live stream commenting.
You gotta understand,
all hours of the day.
You're on YouTube
3:00 in the morning, 5:00 in the morning,
all the time.
1 in the morning, you make a video, dude. I made videos at all hours of the day.
Exactly.
To test this theory out over a year and a half ago.
Exactly.
I already know it's true.
You're on YouTube all
the time. These people can pop up at any fucking time that you make a live stream,
because you're always on.
And you're like, dude, don't you fucking do anything? How is this happening? The only way it can be happening, you say, well, they just get a notification on their phone.
Wow, dude.
And they're directed to just hop right in to the live stream.
He doesn't see it, does he? He really doesn't see it.
Could be. Could also be they just get a sound projected right into their ear.
Dude, anytime I pull up my feed and
I'm talking about
live.
Not one that they subconsciously, they aren't aware of.
You know how many times
consciously aware of.
I've skipped past your videos because I'm tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. You're always live.
To force a thought.
You're always live,
action.
Dude.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally somebody comes in and says, go on Absent Minded Abe's live stream right now. He's talking about you.
Nope, that's never happened, actually.
Oh, I'm fucking, I have to do it. Okay.
That's never happened.
Because what's the option, right? Let's say you're put in that predicament. Let's say you become a schizophrenic. You're like, yeah, I'm a fucking schizophrenic. Please give me all these benefits and make me disabled and put me part of your gang stalking networks. Well, first of all, it's the only logical way that the gang stalking networks realistically work.
Like what?
They're all getting communicated with either with earpieces or just directly through the fucking voice right into the fucking ear.
Excuse me. I've seen them talking to their hand.
Telling them in the moment, instantly, what to do. For instance, when you look in the mirror and then all of a sudden, you look in the mirror because the car behind you has been tailing you, and this is like early on in your target. This is the stuff that would happen. You look in the mirror because you're being tailed, you're being followed everywhere. You may be like 3-4 weeks into it. I was going over to my daughter's house to take her over there to get some Hello Fresh out of the refrigerator to bring back to make at the apartment. And I'm driving, getting ready to hit the exit. And I look in the rearview mirror, they got me triangulated all over. And I look in the rearview mirror, and as soon as I looked in the rearview mirror at the car, after I noticed it in my side mirror, that it was behind me, they literally pointed right at me, looking with my eyes in the rearview mirror, and waved and went like that's why people come to conclusions like, oh, they can see through your eyes. But can that person see through your eyes right there? No. The only way that logistically happens is they're talking into their ear.
Logistically.
They're like, hey, go ahead and look up, wave at the vehicle in front of you. Yeah, that's them. Go ahead and wave and smile. Thumbs up. That's the only way it can happen fast enough. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So it's like these people, when they sell out, that's the only logical conclusion I can come to.
Dude,
and I can be
somebody
completely far off base,
approach
and they're
me.
all going to laugh at me behind my back. But who gives a fuck what people do behind your back?
Right.
Who gives a shit?
So you're learning.
Oh, my dad told me that when I was 10. What people say about you behind your back is none of your business. It's only when the things that they say negatively impacts your ability to engage and interact with other people because they've slandered you, smeared you, things like that. But we all know that doesn't mean anything in this fucking program anyways, because that's literally how it works.
What, you
Right.
go around lying about me?
But in the real world, you're not supposed to care what people think about you and say about you behind your back. It's not supposed to be any of your business. It's their private business and conversation.
Okay.
You understand? So
I don't understand. I don't understand.
that's my hypothesis on that. It's nothing new. I've been saying that for fucking 2.5 years.
I don't understand
Let's
what
take a
your
rocket
hypothesis
scientist
is.
to conclude that.
I still don't understand what your point is, dude.
Because in that way, they would be literally connected to the Matrix simulation network in and of itself.
Oh, is that what you mean?
It would make
Okay.
sense how these schizophrenics just follow you around in the city. I told you about, because they're the
Shoehorn.
schizophrenics, just like when I was in downtown working. And
Potato.
I'd work in that district. And all of a sudden,
Umbrella.
I'm going to give you a couple scenarios again.
See, I can say
I
words
show up
too.
in the one area to work in the warehouse district, downtown Cleveland.
Never heard
I
this
just
story
showed
before.
up there. I made one little walk up to hit the side intersecting street, and as soon as I did that, one of the schizophrenics in the city passed me and intersected me and looked and did his thing, and then kept going. And then I go around to the other side, and these are people that I saw on the far other side of the city just the day before.
Maybe they think you're following
Right.
them.
And that's a long distance to cover. Well, you
Right.
say, well, to a homeless person, that's nothing.
So why are you
They have
following
to keep
them?
moving because they got to do something with their time all day. Yeah, sure. But when it happens every day for 2 consecutive weeks straight, every day that you work,
What, you're following these
you
people
see them
around
there,
every
you
day?
come over here, you see them, they intersect with you there right when you show up. They intersect with you there right when you show up. No, they're getting communication, but they don't have cell phones. So how are they doing it? Subconsciously
I don't know, Abe. I get the same shit, Abe, so I couldn't tell you.
or V2K? Okay, so the other scenario, one of the guys, Devin was his name, young kid. Okay, Devin, I'd already met him one day. He literally sat down right in front of this area where I would go to take my breaks. It was like a base that we had down in this flats district. So he sits down right outside the door one day. He's homeless. He's a homeless young kid. He's like 18, 19. And he just claims he just got dropped off over there. He didn't even understand why he was there, whatever. It's my job. He's right there in front of me. I can't just walk by him. I have to ask him if he's okay. Does he need help with anything? So long story short, I build a little rapport with him. I get him a ride to transport him to the shelter. He said he came from Lordstown.
So
That's a
Abe
pretty long distance away to get from Lordstown to
is
Cleveland.
part of these social
He tells me this whole story, right? So we get him transportation. Supervisor comes, transports him. They're not supposed to. But in this particular instance, they did it. On rare occasions, they'll do that. Okay? So he
Who's
gets
they?
transported. He goes to the shelter. I start seeing him every day after that. Every day. And one of the times I see him, he shows up. I'm downtown. I was feeling good on this day. It's like anytime you're feeling good and like you're in the groove and like you've got a positive spirit and vibe. So you would describe that as being high vibrational, right? You're in a high vibrational state. You're you're ruminating that positive vibe off to everybody. People were engaging with me. I was having a really good work shift. I was helping people take pictures of the memorials, the monuments. I was getting pictures in front of the Cleveland signs. Everybody was happy. Everybody's a beautiful sunny day in the middle of summer, right? So shortly after that, these group of girls, I don't know, they're maybe like 14, 16, 17, no. Something like that.
Here we go.
Don't know what they were doing, but they were over on the side. These weren't bots. They weren't bots. These are completely normal people. Okay? I see them. They're all gathered up over there. They're going to start doing the one-on-one picture thing, right? So, well, why would you do that? No, it's my job. It's part of my job was to go up, talk to them, and then take pictures for them, right? As soon as I get the camera.
Teenage girls.
And I start to take the pictures with this camera, here's Devin. Runs over and he's waving at me. And then he takes this plastic fake pistol out of his pants. That's a squirt gun. And he points at the girls and he points at me. And then he's like, and he's faking with this plastic pistol. And keep in mind, I had to get like 5 or 6 different pictures. So in between, I would trade off phones to get it on the next person's phone. Okay? So I'm looking to my left and I'm seeing him over on the other side, right after he just synchronized with me there. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. So the same exact things is saying. What these, I'm calling them schizophrenics, connected to the hive mind network, are doing when they come in your comment section. It's the exact same thing as Devin in downtown, as all those other schizophrenics in downtown.
What are you talking
How they're
about?
just always there. They just always intersect with you. They're just...
What?
But see, they're not the problem. The autonomous one is the problem. They don't harass them. They don't noise campaigns on them. They don't nothing. They're not the problem. The problem is the autonomous bot to them, the virus to them in their simulated system. Go back to my my fishbowl video. Now I got the low vibrational bass noises coming through. I'm gonna get my ass handed to me tonight. You're welcome, guys. But you don't care though, do you?
I don't even understand what you're saying.
You don't care about the truth, apparently.
I don't even understand what you're saying.
You only care about perpetuating the lies.
What lies?
And then getting your little kickbacks.
What are you talking about, dude?
And this is why I hate you. Because I know that I'm going to get my ass absolutely fucking handed to me.
Why?
And nobody's going to believe me.
I can't even understand what you're saying. Seriously, what are you talking about? I don't even get what you're saying the whole time. How long has it been now?
But it is what it is, dude.
Is it?
I'd rather people know the truth.
What is it?
It's as simple as that. Because guess what?
I feel stupider.
I love you.
I love you too, buddy. I love you too.
I want to help you.
I want to help you too.
I don't like to know that people are getting hurt.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't like to know that this is messing up people's lives.
Right? Okay, me neither.
I am the good person.
It's not a competition.
And you guys are not.
Oh, why couldn't we both be good?
Prove me wrong.
Why couldn't we both be good, Abe?
Who's put themselves out there?
Why does one have to be bad?
Nothing in return.
Nothing, right? You're not looking for praise, are you?
Nothing.
You're
literally nothing.
You're not looking for praise, right? I don't see you in other people's comment section reaching out to them, trying to give them advice.
The epitome.
Epitome.
Of a true prophet.
A prophet.
Of a true chosen one.
Wow, dude. How come I don't see you in comments?
And that's why I've come out
from other people's
these chosen ones. You're not a chosen one. I am.
Why don't
anybody's a real prototypical chosen one? It's absent-minded.
Chosen for what? Maybe the devil chose you.
Because I get crucified just like Christ, just like John the Baptist. I metaphorically get my head chopped off every fucking night.
You do it to yourself
for telling you the truth.
No, they're just telling you the truth, and you take that as an attack, because somebody's trying to help you.
Man. That's all I got on this one.
You just say a bunch of stupid words, and none of it makes any sense, Abe.
Hey, just give diagnosis and. on medication and then act like nothing ever happened and everything's going to be fine and everything's going to go away, and you just live the rest of your life out acting as though nobody is suffering, nobody's in pain, nobody's being hurt, nobody's committing suicide because of what they're subjected to. Everything's completely normal, Abe. Don't you know you can just do that at any time?
I never said anything like that to you.
Yeah, I do know that.
Did I?
That's the worst part about it, is I do know that. And yet I still do what I do.
You're a glutton for punishment, I guess. Why do you do what you do?
Definition of insanity.
It is. I was just going to say that. Whenever you do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. And who are you helping? I'm just asking, who are you helping? I mean, it's from my point of view, Abe, everything that you say and do on YouTube is just about you. That's it. It's not about anybody else. It's about you. Okay? I reach out to you in the comments. I genuinely try to give you advice, my perspective. You don't have to take it. It's not to fuck with you. It's not to perp you, right? Or to torture you. It's just to give you advice that, you know, what would happen? What's the worst thing that could happen if you just took the advice for once, just once, instead of getting so angry and mad? I'm not out to make you mad. Just because I say that it seems like your ego is your problem. And then guess what? Your ego gets the better of you and you get mad. That's your ego. That's what that is, dude. That's your ego. But to say that I'm fake and I'm part of a group, I don't understand what you're talking about. Okay, if I'm fake, what am I faking? Who am I faking and what am I faking them? How am I fake? What is my agenda? What the fuck? You know what I mean? And of all people, I'm part of a group, so you pick a guy that has like hundreds of thousands of fucking subscribers on YouTube. Right? I think he's in Florida. I think that's where he said he was. I watched a couple of his videos since you showed them to me. So that's who you pick. That's my partner in crime or something. It's like, what the fuck, dude? And now the reality of it is that the actual reality is that you have spent time, Abe, in my brother's fake Facebook page that he made. You're in that group, right? John Patton? Are you not? Because you keep saying things about that I can only guess and I can only assume that my brother told you, which are, you know what I mean? He just lies about me. He makes up lies and tells you. Because you seem to be pretty convinced that I lost all my teeth from drug use or something. And, you know, nobody knows me personally on here except for my brother. And what do you know? I came into this chat right here, right? And I saw my brother chatting. And as soon as I came in, boom, all of his fucking chats just disappeared. Just like that. Just like, boom. What do you know? Isn't that crazy? I seen he had X39X. He was in there and he said a bunch of shit. He was chatting back and forth. And there was other people that were even responding to it, to his chats. And then all of a sudden, right after I say something, boom, they all just disappeared just like that. And nobody mentions a fucking word about it. And I even asked, isn't anybody going to address this? Isn't anybody going to address why did my brother's chats just all disappear like that? Because he wasn't a moderator. I don't see any moderators. That means that Abe had to have been the one to delete them, right? So Abe, why'd you delete my brother's chats like that as soon as I came into your live stream? Why'd you do that, Abe? That's strange, right? That's like, why would you do that? You know? And then you allude to pieces of information that that suggest to me that you talked to my brother on the down low, like in, you know, behind the scenes. You call me John Patton. That's from that Facebook page that he made. So you clearly talked to my brother. You're trying to say that I'm a drug addict and like, what are you even talking about? Where do you get this information? What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? Because you surely can't be talking about me. Because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You have to kind of elaborate. What are you talking about? Where are you getting this information? Now, if my brother told you some shit and you believe it, you're an idiot, dude. Seriously, you can clearly look on and see the pattern of everything he's been doing for all this time, all the lies he said, and I've done nothing but just tell the truth and expose him for what he's doing, right? Anybody can see that. There's nothing at all you can actually find and say that I'm a liar or find the show that I'm fake. Nothing at all. It doesn't exist, Abe. And you know it. So why do you keep calling me fake? Are you really... listen, I think you're fake. I really do. I didn't want to say it out loud. I'm trying to help you to be a better perp here. You know what I mean? I'm trying to give you advice. Like, dude, this stuff you're saying isn't going to work. It's not fooling anybody. Not at all. You know, you got to get better at this, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I understand the tactics because I've had to put up with my brother's shit for so long, right? But when I come into your live stream and I see all my brother's chats just disappear just like that and nobody wants to say anything about it, right? At all. And then they ignore my chats like no, everybody just ignores it. Like, you ever walk into a room and you get that feeling that you just interrupted a conversation where everybody was talking about you? You know, and they all awkwardly change the subject and start talking about different things, and it's like, okay, what did I just walk into here? Yeah, that was absolutely what I just came into in the chat there. And I even turned the timestamps on to see if maybe it's been a while since people chatted. Maybe I just showed up here and these are chats from like 20 minutes ago maybe. But nope. I pulled up the time and nope, they were chatting right up until I got there. Right up until I chatted. And then I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 4, 5. Oh, holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just on that screen. The only other person is Donovan. There's 1, 2, 3 from Donovan. There's literally 8 chats of mine. And then Donovan chimed in with 3 stupid fucking things. A poop emoji, an eggplant emoji in the eyeballs, and a mushroom in the eyeballs emoji. That's it. That's Donovan. That's his 3 chats. But I chatted, and I chatted way before that. If I scroll up here, I'll have to show you this because it's not on here. Oh wait. Okay, well I'll show you this first. Okay. Just delete your account if you aren't gonna read your audience chats. Yeah, see, Tastemaker I don't know who Tastemaker 41 is, but they were even sticking up for me. So I was reading, they were sitting there trying to say that I'm a drug addict and shit like that in the chat, right? And I seen Tastemaker 41 say, John Hofer's not an addict. I think you're projecting, right? Which I think that's fucking great because it's about time somebody calls Ed out on his stupid bullshit. I'm not sure who Tastemaker 41 is, but hey, you're cool in my book, whoever you are. So if I go back here to, that's the comments. So let's go to the chat. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. So I guess isn't there a live chat replay? I guess not. If I replay it, but like I said, they deleted my chats, so I don't have the chats. All I can do is tell you that they were there, tell you that he was in the chat, and I watched them just get deleted. That's when I started recording it because I was like, oh fuck, I didn't think they were gonna do that. So they were up to something, clearly. But here, I'll show you this. We'll do this. I'm looking at my computer here, so if I just pull the camera up, right?